Story title: She walked barefoot in the heat with her baby, until a lonely rancher stopped to help her. The sun was merciless that day, so hot it felt like the sky itself was burning. And there, on a deserted stretch of Texas road, a young mother named Elena walked barefoot, clutching her crying baby to her chest. Her feet were blistered, her throat was dry, but her eyes still held the kind of determination only a mother fighting for her child could carry. Cars passed. Some slowed, but none stopped. Until one man did. A dusty old pickup pulled over, and a lonely rancher named Cole stepped out, his face sun-worn, his heart heavier than his boots. Before I take you deeper into this powerful moment, the narrator gently adds, before we continue this powerful story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Heart of Humanity Stories, where every story reminds us that kindness still matters. Cole wasn't the type of man who usually involved himself in other people's troubles. Not because he didn't care, but because life had taught him that caring often came with heartbreak. He'd lost his wife 2 years earlier, and since then he'd lived mostly in silence, speaking more to his cattle than to people. But something about Elena, barefoot, trembling, and still trying her best to soothe her baby, struck him deeper than he expected. "Ma'am, you all right?" he asked quietly. Elena hesitated. Fear flashed in her eyes, but exhaustion pushed the truth out. "My baby, he's sick. I was trying to walk to the clinic. We live far from here. My husband. He left last night. Took the car. I didn't know what else to do." Her voice cracked, and Cole felt something shift inside him, something he thought he'd buried with his grief. He didn't say another word. He just opened the truck door and said, "Get in." The drive to the small-town clinic was quiet except for the child's weak cries. But Cole kept glancing at the rearview mirror, watching this young mother cradle her baby with a tenderness he hadn't seen in years. At the clinic, doctors rushed the baby inside. Dehydration, heat, exhaustion. Minutes mattered. Elena held herself together until the nurse said, "He's going to be okay." Then she collapsed into tears, tears she had been holding back all day. Cole stood nearby, unsure whether to comfort her. But when she whispered, "Thank you. You saved my baby," something inside Cole cracked open. For the first time in years, someone needed him. As they stepped outside, Elena suddenly looked down at her swollen, bleeding feet. Cole winced. "Wait here," he said, walking toward his truck. He returned with a small first aid kit, a water bottle, and unexpectedly a pair of worn but clean boots. "They were my wife's," he said softly. "She'd want you to have them." Elena froze. The air around them seemed to still. She took the boots as if they were something sacred. "Are you sure?" He nodded slowly. "She always said if you can make someone's life even a little better, you should." Elena put them on, tears slipping down her cheeks. They fit almost perfectly. But the biggest twist came the next morning. Cole showed up on Elena's doorstep, not with pity, not with charity, but with a job offer. "We're short on hands at the ranch," he said awkwardly. "There's a house on the property you and the baby can stay in. Only if you want. No pressure." Elena stared at him, stunned. Nobody in her life had ever offered her stability, safety, a second chance. "You don't even know me," she whispered. Cole looked down, kicking at the dirt. "I know you walked barefoot in the heat for your child," he said. "That's enough for me." She accepted. And what started as one man's simple act of kindness slowly grew into something neither of them expected. Elena found a place where she wasn't judged. Her baby found a home filled with laughter instead of fear. And Cole, after years of loneliness, found a sense of family again. Not romance, not obligation, just humanity healing humanity. A reminder that sometimes the people who appear in our darkest moments are the ones who help us see the light again. A final reflection. In a world that often moves too fast, kindness remains the one thing that can stop time long enough to change someone's entire life. Cole didn't give Elena the whole world. He just offered what he had. And sometimes, that's more than enough.